Hey everyone, this is going to be my first blog. I guess it's actually a vlog, considering I am recording it with my video camera. I decided to make a new channel separate from a channel that I already have on here, which mostly has to deal with beauty stuff and makeup, and those are mostly the people who I subscribe to. But I wanted to come and make another channel because I have an issue going on in my life right now that I think vlogging is going to help me deal with it a little better, and that's depression. And I was diagnosed with depression, officially diagnosed this past year, but I've been suffering from it for probably 10 years now, on and off different medications. Over the past 10 years, I was taking Prozac and went off of that. I was taking Zoloft, went off of that, and but this past year, my depression became really, really bad, and I had a lot of stuff going on. And in, I think it was May, I went into this treatment. It was an intensive outpatient treatment where I was going to like group therapy sessions 3 days a week. And it really helped, and the psychiatrist there put me on Lexapro, and the Lexapro was probably the best medication that I had tried. It really helped with the depression symptoms, and it really, really helped with anxiety. I was getting a lot of anxiety attacks, just feeling anxious about a lot of different situations, even just going to the grocery store, especially by myself, would give me a lot of anxiety, and it really helped with that. So anyways, I was on that for a few months, and then I happened to move out of state, and I went off my medication, which was a big mistake. And I was off of it for probably about 5 months, and through those 5 months, my depression just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I finally, last week, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was having really not healthy thoughts, and I knew that I needed to get back on my medication and get back into some kind of therapy. So I went to the doctor and, talked to the doctor about it, and to prescribe me the Lexapro again, and I've been on it for 6 days. And I already feel a little different. I don't feel as like ready to jump out of my skin at any second. I'm still depressed. Some days are better than others. Today's a pretty good day. I actually did get dressed today and put some makeup on and stuff, but now my big thing is getting into therapy. It was really hard for me previously to actually admit that I needed help, and that I needed to talk about my feelings, because I'm the kind of person that just stuffs things down, and just wants to be alone, and I don't want to talk to anybody about anything. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. And even though I know in my mind that the best thing for me is to talk about my feelings, but then there's this other side of me that says, no, you don't need to talk to anybody, you can work it out all on your own. And because I have trouble asking for help from people, not only with when it comes to my mental health, but even in everyday things. If people want to help, come over and help me with the house, or cook dinner, or if my family's visiting, I feel like I need to do everything myself. And that's one thing I need to try to work on, to actually let people help. So I just feel that maybe this vlogging is gonna help me, because sometimes I say things and then I think they're rational, and then I go back later and think about what I said or what I was doing at the time, and it wasn't. Like I just tend to blow things way out of proportion, and making stresses that I have in my life yeah, they're stressful, but I make them out to be much bigger than they are. So I'm thinking maybe this can help me. I can come back and watch, different videos, or, if anybody else out there is going through, depression and especially anxiety, give us, some feedback to each other. Because I know when I was going to the group therapy, it did really help hearing other people talk about their problems and relating to them, and being able to get advice, not just from a therapist, but from your peers. It's really, really helpful. Another thing that I have a problem with is actually going out by myself and doing things by myself. I feel like when I'm with my family, or I'm with my children, or when I'm with my husband, they're like a security blanket to me. And when I try to go out and do something on my own, I get very, very nervous. Like my heart pounds, and I want that to go away, because there's things that I want to do and I want to be doing on my own by myself, but this anxiety, it stops me from doing it. Like, for instance, I have 4 kids, and 2 of them are in school and 2 of them are still home. And there is this group at my church called MOPS, Moms of Preschoolers, and they meet twice a month. And it's just basically a bunch of women sitting around talking about, different things with kids, and spirituality comes into it, and religion, because it is done through my church. And I really want to get involved with that, and I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be really helpful and really good for me. But the thought of going to this place and sitting with a group of women who I do not know anybody, because I'm new to the area, I really don't have any friends here or anybody I can take with me as support for the first couple times. But just the thought of going in there and sitting with women and talking, it terrifies me for some reason. And then that may sound stupid to some people, or ridiculous to some people, but that's what anxiety does. And it's crazy, and I was never like this. I mean, this is something that only has been affecting me for, I guess I'd say, 3 or 4 years. The anxiety, the depression part, it's been for years, but the anxiety has only been the 3 or 4 years. And I honestly, I know why I have this anxiety, and this is where the therapy comes into play, but I don't know how to stop myself from feeling anxious. So now that my video's at 8 minutes, yeah, this is gonna be, like I said, my first blog entry, and hopefully I'll get some subscribers, and we can, somebody who's going through the same thing as me, and we can talk about things, and even talk off of YouTube and stuff. So that would be great. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'll probably do, probably in the sidebar, or when I make my page, I'm going to tell a little bit more about me and my family and stuff. So if anybody has any questions or anything, just leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.